The war in Ukraine shows no sign of abating after 2.5 years, and people there continue to suffer terrible losses. But our amazing partners continue to serve, give out much needed resources, and bring encouragement. One of them joins me today at Dickson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Cheryl. It's great to be here. It's an honor.
It's so great to see you, and you've just come back from a month in Ukraine. So I think the longer you're there, the more chances there are that something could happen to you. So I so admire that. Tell me a little bit about how people are doing there 2.5 years in.
We had a phenomenal trip. I can't even exaggerate how much it impacted us. I go every other month, and every trip is just, it really changes my perspective. I traveled with my wife and my daughter this time. We had
your 7-year-old daughter.
Yes.
You took her there in a
Yes.
war zone.
Yes.
Wow.
And I don't know. It was just like it's part of our hope to keep our family with the understanding that we are moving back soon. We will be able to move back full time soon. We're keeping that dream alive that the war will end and that there will be a future for us as a mission. But right now, we spent the entire time, the 3 weeks, traveling to meet our volunteers, our workers, our churches, hundreds of people now who are working with us and all over the country, and being able to encourage them. And my message to them was, people in Canada, Christians in Canada, are praying for you. They're willing to help. They're doing what they can to give us the ability to reach them, to tell them. And it was just, it was amazing to be with them. They're the real heroes. In the past 2 months, when I was there, we sat with everyone together, and we realized that in the past 2 months, they've delivered desperately needed groceries to over 7,000 families in 2 months.
Wow.
And altogether, just a rough estimate, about 2,500 people prayed with our team and accepted Christ, committed their lives to serving God. And so we're seeing this amazing revival that is happening and continuing to happen in Ukraine. And I can't say thank you enough to your viewers, to people, to God for the provision to be able to do that, to be the answer, the hands and feet of God to those people right now who are really struggling.
Yeah, I think if there's one word that sticks with me every time I talk to people who live there or people like you who go there, is that people are weary. Mm-hmm. There's that hope in the first 3 months, it would be over 6 months, 1 year, and it just drags on. How does it land with people when they hear that people from the West still care, still haven't forgotten them?
It's phenomenal. I think it's hard for us to even imagine, that someone in another country is sending food for us or sending resources for us. But for them, they told me when I was there, they said, please tell the people in Canada, thank them for us, thank them for helping and I said, I will do everything I can. And here I am, just really saying thank you to everyone for helping. While we were there, one of the hotels where, it's a hotel and conference center called Aurora in Krivorog was hit by a missile. And it really hit home for us because not long ago we had a conference there with pastors and our leaders right in that hotel. And, it really, every once in a while something like that happens that strikes home personally. But every day, missiles are hitting Ukraine. Every night, lives are being lost. And it's just a constant thing. Now they've hit probably, they say roughly 75% of Ukraine's electric power has been knocked out. And winter is coming. And so it's just mind-boggling. It just keeps going on and on. Like a dripping faucet. It just continues. This war continues to wreak destruction. And the amazing thing is that in the middle of this storm, Jesus comes, And we've seen it again everywhere I travel. I see him doing the unexpected, like miracles. It's like in the midst of the storm, he comes walking on the water, and he holds out this amazing opportunity to people to maybe not find peace on earth, but to find peace with God, to find peace that lasts for eternity and change lives. I'll never forget this past trip. We walked into one church, and I walked in. It was completely black inside, and as my eyes adjusted after we got inside, I realized the church was packed with people. Like, it was just packed. And they were sitting in the dark, but there was one door that they could open up just to let enough light in so that once your eyes adjusted, you could see. And there they were, praising God. And they had the entire service. They didn't stop the service because they didn't have electricity. They continued on. And it just showed the resilience of these people.
And the hunger for God
yes.
in the midst of their suffering.
And what an opportunity for us, to be the light, to encourage them, to support them at a time like this, right?
And what are the needs right now, that you're trying to help fill as our partner? What do people need?
So we're shipping containers right now from Chatham, Ontario. We've got everything from food, school supplies, blankets, coats, everything like that. We're going out with groceries. Like, we're going right into the war zones, right in where missiles are coming in. And sometimes we have to stand on a certain side of a building, so that the missiles, because they generally come from one direction. And our workers are going right in there every day, We go over there once in a while, but they're going in there every day and taking food to people, taking medicine to people, reaching these people who are not leaving those areas. And I'll talk to them sometimes. I'll say, like, why don't you leave? Like you can go. You have children. And they're like, where are we going to go? Who's going to take care of our house? Who's going to, watch everything that we've built up? And it's heart-wrenching to know that, they choose almost to stay in many of those cases. But even right now, refugees are moving into our churches. Right as I'm speaking right now, refugees are moving in from Pokrovsk and Mirnograd and all these areas that are being hit right now. And it's continuing. It's not stopping. Even though it's not on the news all the time, it's continuing on, and we need to not give up, to continue on.
Yeah, I think that's been the hard thing, is that it is out of the headlines. The world moves on. Things are happening. People, are weary. They want to see some sort of resolution. But I have such a firm conviction that we must not stop, that history will judge us for how we stood with Ukraine in the face of this evil and this aggression and this invasion.
Amen.
And so, here at Crossroads Cares, it's really important for us to stand like people like you who are risking your lives, bringing your family there, wanting to move back, caring for people, being the hands and feet of Jesus. And I want to invite you right now who are watching this, if God is putting Ukraine on your heart, if you, like us here, like Ed, have been grieving for the losses that people are experiencing and wanting to see God at work. I'm telling you right now, He is at work, and you can be part of that. We need you to pray, first of all. Prayer is the most important thing. Pray for Ed's safety. Pray for his team. Pray for all of our partners there. The second thing is we need funds. We can, Ed can only do what he has in his hand. The money that he's given, he can only do. And that takes funds. And so this is one way that you can say to Ukraine, God is with you and you are not alone. Please give us a call right now, 1-800-265-3100. You can give online at crossroads.ca/Ukraine. Anything you can do will make a difference for people there, and let them know they're not forgotten. And Ed, you are not forgotten. And I can't thank you enough for all you do. We're so privileged to partner with you. We appreciate your heart and your commitment to this nation. And I know God is moving in part because of you and your team. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. God is doing great things.